So, to be honest, that's a difficult question to answer. My personal suggestion based on what I have done is for me, my father was not my first boss, and my family business was not my first job opportunity. I went out in the early ages and started doing promotional jobs. I started interacting with different business owners. I did an internship in the real estate and the real estate development business as opposed to joining my father. So I started my journey very differently compared to many other people in the family run businesses, or some people who took over the legacy that was left on from their grandfathers, great grandfathers. There are businesses as old as 50, 60 years, 70 years, 80 years in Dubai, wherein people came to Dubai in a boat and rupee was the dominant currency in the country. My journey was different. I went out and I went into a real estate business, a real estate development business. I didn't join my dad in the garment business. I was doing promotions in the younger years. So my first boss wasn't my father, and my first business opportunity was not my father's business. Coming back to your question, there are a lot of legacy businesses which do not work and operate the same as they used to work and operate in Dubai. So continuing with the 50-60 year journey that Dubai has prospered, most of the Indian families wherein my father or my grandfather starting the business started with the import-export trade. So they used to travel to India, Indonesia, Thailand, and they used to import garments and sell locally within the GCC, which was UAE, Oman, Doha, Bahrain, Kuwait, and moving into the Saudi markets. But what happened is now we've all evolved. We have the internet, we have Amazon, we don't have the old school Murshid Bazaar wholesale market. Now many people don't even know what it feels like using the Abra to go to work, which is what I did when I was growing up in 2008. Now we have the metro, we have our own cars, we have the Uber. None of this existed. So I feel moving on with legacy, you have to move on with time. You have to change with time. We were a very credit-driven business. Where initially credits were 60 days, 90 days, and then it moved on to 120 days, 150 days, and then 6 months. Seasonal credit was not something that I approved of, but because our fathers were doing it old school, this was continued, and I feel will continue lifelong. So the three things that I think I would tell anyone to start is first, go out and work for somebody else, whether it is an internship or it's a full-time job. Take an assignment for as less as 3 months and maybe continue it up to 3 years. Make yourself feel uncomfortable. Joining your father's business or joining a legacy business, you're already at the top of the table. It is very important to start from either a warehouse or a logistics, or drive your own car, or come into the basics wherein you understand where the most effort is made, because that helps you control future pilferages. If you're part of the business, you know from where to start and where to end. It's not only that you've reached an entrepreneurial role and not only be called as a managing director, a business development manager. Reaching those roles requires experience, and I feel that making yourself feel uncomfortable is key. Third thing that I want to recommend is, start reading, networking, educating yourself on what is happening. Like today, AI is something that we talk about. Different ways of doing business, whether it is the crypto, whether it is different ways of moving money. Everyone talks and has different stories. The new startup game is something that people are interested in. So I feel we should get out, motivate ourselves, and evolve, experiment. So most businesses such as mine or even many others already has a ready infrastructure. The same business model has been running for the past maybe 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, we already have managers, we already have senior directors. They have a certain way of running the business. A suggestion here is hire a business trainer if you want to do multiple businesses. So we hire a business trainer, we try and incorporate new age business strategies, develop, create different ways of doing business. Simultaneously, we use our mind and energies into trying to create something of our own. So the existing infrastructure is being run with the existing managers in place, and we create an alternate avenue wherein that is the trial and error. Because we have a legacy business to fall back on, there is room for trial and error. So I feel that risk, we need to encourage ourselves and force ourselves to take that risk. Because we have a legacy business, we can take the risk, hence it's in case we go wrong, we have something to fall back on. So I think that's a suggestion. So again when it comes to parents, because they've started this business from ground zero, it's like giving birth to a child. And from where I'm coming, I think it's not fair for me to tell them to, give me as one child an opportunity to get out and disregard your other child. That doesn't make sense, and I feel it's not fair on them. They're treating their businesses as their baby, as their children, and their sibling comes and says that no, this business is not right, or there is no value left of it. It would definitely hurt them emotionally. We have to be very practical about businesses in today's date. Any emotional attachment could lead to a downfall. So I feel we need to be very practical. We need to be current dated. We need to follow current trends, whether it is business cycles, whether it is money markets and other monetary and financial movement that is happening in the market. I think we should follow certain trends. A personal suggestion would be giving current dated examples of how other businesses are probably doing better than theirs. Finding negatives in the current business wherein there is no future. Today, if I want to move out of a business, I need to give them a certain level of forecasting. I need to tell them that the existing business is maybe dying out, but I need to be very practical and very polite because it could hurt them emotionally. My suggestion would be to create business plans. All of us have studied on how to do this, and I feel creating business plans, creating vision boards is something that I would recommend for second generation or third generation entrepreneur family sons or daughters to put forward to their parents. And that would maybe motivate, encourage, or give parents a positive way of looking at things.